welcome back to Hot Wheels Unleashed with myself, Soldierboy and Wolverine. Before we start, you know what to do. If you're enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe. A like does help as well, and ring the bell to not miss an upload. Now that's out of the way, we're going to begin with 2 races for Wolverine, followed by 2 for myself. And the first race for Wolverine is Sunset Drive. I don't think it's a race we've done previously, it's one we opened up. And he's going to use the monster truck, which is 5 Alarm. Now, I was a bit cautious about his choice of vehicle here, mainly as you can see by its stats. It doesn't look very good, but he was adamant he wanted to use this vehicle. So that's down to him, it's his choice. Let's see what he can do with it. Okay, ready to rumble, here we go. Can he get off to a decent start at the very least? It doesn't look like there's any other trucks in with him. So hopefully he can just trample over everyone else, knock them out of the way, job done. We shall see. A decent start. Lost all boost though, he let go of the accelerator at the wrong time and lost all his boost before the race started, but soon made his way up. Considering this car had very little speed according to the stats, he's doing okay. Bit of a barrier bounce occasionally though, as he's trying to drive over the next car next to him. But he's made his way into second place in the race already. This is going to turn into a pretty close one. He's already into first. I may have to take back everything I said about this monster truck because I'm amazed. I'm absolutely gobsmacked that he's already in first place in this thing. I thought it'd be slow, sluggish, and struggle around corners. And Wolverine's proving that's not the case. I'm not too sure how he's doing this, but he is in first place. It's amazing. 3 laps in total though, so still a long way to go, and this is still only lap 1. Over the jump, they're getting a bit out of sorts as he gets over the jump, and he's now caught himself up here. Manages to reverse round, does get hit by other cars, which doesn't help him. Eventually get going again in 5th place, but there's cars all around him now, and he gets spun round as he kind of drives over another car, but still keeps going. He's now dropped down to 12th place. He's got to get himself back into this. End of the first lap, start of the second. He led for quite a lot of the first lap, so now he's going to try and get himself back in that position, fighting through the traffic as he does so. Bin's put the 2 wheels there, but still keeping going. And the cars aren't really getting away. He's keeping up with the pack. So I think first place won't be too far away. But again, the car's causing him an issue. He was hoping he could just drive over them. And I think that was his mistake there. He just seemed to come off them a little awkwardly. And he had to end up resetting. Still in 12th place now and still fighting to get himself back into this race. Landing nicely, preparing himself for the corner pretty well. But got a bit out of sorts on that bit of open track there. Still in 12th place. Come on, Wolverine. Let's see if we can do something from here. Trying to move up the pack. Got past 1 there as he knocks it to one side. He's got past the 2nd, just into 10th. He's going to cut the corner massively. Yeah, that was a big cut. It doesn't really help him. He's still back in 11th, 12th place now, as he got a bit out of sorts after cutting the corner. I'm not sure how that was allowed. It didn't reset him, but he got away with it. Now he's up to 11th place. We're close to the end of the 2nd lap. In fact, we are at the end of the 2nd lap. Start of the 3rd. And he's currently well, he was in 11th. He's gained a few positions, up to 8th place, 7th, 6th, 5. He's just gained a load of positions on one straight there. The boost on this thing is incredible. 5th place as it stands. He's got 2 cars to contend with here. He's got past one of them into 4th. He may get a podium out of this. This is going to be a recovery drive of a lifetime if he does. Into 3rd place now, but he's battling hard for it. A car in front, a car to his left. The problem is, every time he tries to drive over another car, it causes him to have a crash. So he's got to try and stay away from the other cars. The big wheels don't seem to like it. Back in the 3rd place though. It's a podium position with not far to go. The right-hander takes it nicely. He's got the bit where he cut the track last time. Can he do it this time? No, he's going to keep it solid. Stay within the cones, just about. It's currently 2nd place. No, he's overtaken into 1st place. Barrier hit, they've slowed him down. It's a fight for 1st place as we come close to the end of the line. Getting a bit out of sorts there after hitting the car. Still going in 1st place though. It's going to be close. It's going to be race for the line. I think he got 2nd. I think the other car was just ahead of him. I think if he didn't hit him as much, maybe he would have got more. But 2nd place for Wolverine there. That's a recovery drive and a half. I'll give it that. That was incredible. But 2nd place is enough for the minor rewards for the level. So that means we open up a new race as well, which is this one here. And this is a boss race. We'll collect the rewards first. It is time to face the first boss in the next challenge. Now, Wolverine doesn't want to face the boss. So because of that, he's going to go and do a different race for his next race. This race is Freestyle Paradise, and he's going to be using Marvin the Martian. Now, for this race, I'm not going to commentate it. This race was quite boring. And you're going to see pretty much very quickly why that was the case. We'll have a look at his start though first. But Marvin the Martian looks quite a good car. Lacks a little bit on braking power, but Wolverine doesn't tend to brake very often, so it should be okay. But Wolverine set up for this one. The track is familiar, which makes me think this is why Wolverine will be good at this. Now, as I say, I'm not going to commentate for this. Let's see how he gets on with Marvin the Martian in the Freestyle Paradise race. How does he get on? Well, let's find out, shall we? And we're back just as the race is finishing. Wolverine finishes in first place with Marvin the Martian. Can you see why I said it was a little bit boring? He swamped everyone. He got past everyone very quickly and then led for the rest of the race. No mistakes this time. Completely led for the whole race. That's a first place victory for Wolverine. So Wolverine's 2 races are done. And he has gained a first place and a second place today. I think he's going to beat whatever I do by far. And what are we going to do? We're going to do the boss race. This is the Nitro Bot. Now, third place isn't enough. Second place isn't enough. You have to win this race to do anything else past it. So I had a bit of a choice of 2 cars that I chose before the episode. I'm going to use the McLaren 720S for our attempt at the Nitro Bot. I was a little bit cautious with this race. I was a bit unsure of what was intended. It's quite a long race. There's a couple of monster trucks in as well, which won't bode well for us. I'm hoping this car is as quick as the stats suggest, because I think we're going to need it. But let's find out. So it's 3 laps, and we're on to a bit of a decent start, up to 5th place already. Got to get a bit caught up in the monster truck. I kind of want to get past them as quickly as possible. Now these speed up sections, as you can see there, as we just plough into the truck, that decided they didn't want to go left but turned too late, and we end up causing it to go left instead. The speed up sections, they change, they flash, and they can change from red to green, so we have to be more aware of those as well. So we will lose speed up and time if on the wrong section at the wrong time, so that's something to be aware of. Now currently in 5th place, 6th place, as we're battling hard with bump around here. Now strangely, Wolverine brought bump around in the last episode and then didn't want to use it this episode. Not too sure what's going on there. At some point I'm sure we'll own every car, and it will just be a case of buying from the shop the ones we don't, or using the gears to upgrade. I think that's going to be the big thing, isn't it, is the upgrading of the cars. And because we've set ourselves some rules, we're going to upgrade cars we use. To upgrade every car, which may not be necessary, means we have to use every car. That's why I try and change the cars I'm using. He likes to use ones he's used before to guarantee himself a decent result, which I don't blame him for. Although after the last race of Marvin the Martian, we may have to look it up in his difficulty, which he's not too pleased about, but we're thinking about it. We'll see what happens there. Currently in 8th place though, we're doing pretty well in this race, keeping ourselves in with a shout. Now, I wasn't expecting this. The track has changed and we have to go upside down and flip round to then choose where we're heading as I drive off the track. And now we've got a choice section. I go right, luckily make it through the barrier because we're ghosted. But this is a 3-lap race, so we've got to do that switch over 3 times in total. I couldn't get it right that time. I wasn't expecting it either, which didn't really help. Currently in 11th place, so we'll come back to that section when we switch over during the 2nd lap. And I'm just a bit unsure how the right way of doing it. It's more directional, because we obviously need to flip, but we need to make sure when we flip and land back on the track, we actually face the right way. I think that's the important thing to get right here. We're currently in 11th place, chasing down Bazooka, who's ahead of us. We can just make them out ahead of us. We've got cars to our left coming up here as well. Where have they come from? I'm guessing they're a different choice section. I don't know if it counts if we pass them. We've gone past a few cars though. One kind of just fell off the screen as he didn't have the speed to go up the ramp there. We made up. We're into 9th place now, so at least a couple of positions gained there. As we make it across onto the next section, we can just see the finish line. Is the finish line there? Yes, it is. End of lap 1, start of lap 2. I thought it was there. We slowed a bit down because we was on the red track there, which didn't help us. We lost our speed up. We've gone right this time on the choice section, on the 2 wheels a couple of times. Trying to keep this car under control can be a bit difficult sometimes. We managed it eventually. And we just hit the barrier there on landing. That's going to slow us down and cost us some time. We're currently in 10th place. Trying to move, make sure we're still on the green sections for the speed up bonus. It's a bit difficult to try and control it, to be fair. Okay, round the corner. We've got a little jump here. Trying to stick to the left-hand side so we get the boost. There we go. Now long left-hander. We're into 7th place. We've gained a load of positions without seeing a single car. I'm not sure how that happens. There must be a different track they're on, or I don't know, gone off track maybe. But we're currently in 8th as we just get overtaken by Skeletor. Still trying to battle hard. 8th place as it stands. Skeletor ahead of us along with the Aston Martin. We can see both of those just there. So we've got cars to follow at the very least. Now onto the green section. It's slowed down to red, but we've managed to converge across. And again, trying to stay on the speed up section rather than slow down. Now, we're still chasing the Aston Martin. We've just been overtaken by Classic Packard. Trying to keep up with those two as well. We're going to switch to the left here. I think we got the timing okay there to switch across when the track changed. But we're still in 8th place now. And this is the section we messed up. So we're going to spin, we're going to flip, but not in time. Landed on a roof, nice little flip. And we've got to try and turn ourselves round to get going again. As the monster truck plows into us from behind there. And we go to go left and the swiper's in the way. And the swiper is actually going to swipe us off the track. I don't know what else to call it other than the swiper. That didn't bode well for us and puts us back down into 12th place. So twice we've attempted that part of the lap. Twice we've got it wrong. The flip itself was wrong, and then followed by the bumper deciding you can't be here, and off we go. So 12th place after 2 laps, nearly the end of lap 2 anyway, and it's not looking good. I need to somehow figure out how to do that section without having a major crash, because we're never going to win this race and beat this boss otherwise. So I need to find out what I'm doing wrong very quickly. But landing nicely after jump, still in 12th place. We did gain past cars on this kind of section last time without actually seeing one. We can just make out the Bone Shaker ahead of us. The Aston Martin must have crashed or gone off track because it's now behind us and we're in 11th place. So we are still gaining positions occasionally, just not at the speed I would like. And so far, I wouldn't say we've got a chance of winning this. I just don't see us winning this one. We have got one more attempt to do with He-Man next time. We'll see that after this race. Unless we suddenly win this, which I don't think is possible at this point. As we start the final lap, we're in 11th place, Bone Shaker ahead, Aston Martin behind, and we're trying to play catch up. We've gone for the right hand section this time, so twice we've done right, once left. I think right is the quicker section to do. Over the big jump, landing it nicely, nice and square on the base as we land. So that gained us a position as well. We're now up to 10th place. Bone Shaker must have came off track because he's now in 12th. We're trying to catch up with Bazooka ahead of us. Whether we can or not is a different story. Just made out some cars passing underneath us there as we did the jump. We can see a car ahead of us now, so that's something to aim for at the very least. See if we can take their position. Trying to stay into the green section of the track as well so we get the speed up bonus. Doing pretty well so far. Left hand here. Could have gone right. I don't think we've attempted right yet, so that could be something to look at. Maybe that's a quicker way. The right hander there, a little bit into the barrier, getting a bit out of sorts on exit, but managing to keep it together just about as we hit the green section again. We've just been overtaken by the Aston Martin, but we do get them back, and we're back in the 10th place again. The Aston Martin came out of nowhere to take the position, but we're still okay. Now, on to the next bit of section. Two cars ahead of us, we can see them. One of them is the Ram 1500 Rebel. I think Bazooka is with them as well. This is the section that we've messed up twice out of two. Can we make it third time lucky? No, we can't. Crashed again with the switch section, and changing over to the upside down section just doesn't seem to work. Narrowly missed going off track there, but we managed to keep it together just about. We're currently in 10th place. Bone Shaker is behind us somewhere. We've got to keep an eye out in case he comes back at us. Same as the Ram 1500 Rebel. That must have been an accident because they were ahead of us at one point. The Aston Martin has somehow managed to sneak ahead. We're still trying to chase him down as well. There's not much left of this track left to go, I don't think, before the end of the race, so we've got to make him move pretty quickly if we're going to make any inroads here. The Aston Martin ahead of us as it stands. Bone Shaker behind. Can we do a nice drift? We did okay there. Our boost is empty, which is not helping either, because we can't get close to these other cars without some boost with us, really. But we're struggling to keep the boost together. Now, 10th place. There's two cars here. We can gain a couple of positions if we're lucky here. Trying to battle the Aston Martin, trying to overtake him. We come out worse than he did, but nice little corner there. Puts us into 9th place, ahead of Aston Martin now. Bazooka is the one we're trying to chase down, but it's too little too late for us. And we're going to finish the race in 9th place in the McLaren 720S. There was one section of that track I hated, and that was the bit where you turn upside down. But we need to do this anyway. It's a boss race, so we've got to try again. This time we're going to use He-Man as our main car. Now, can we do something different with He-Man? The actual stats of He-Man are the exact same as the base McLaren 720S. Both of them are the exact same basic stats with no upgrades. So, I think we've got a decent chance of doing well. The biggest issue is that section where you go upside down and getting that right. I think that's the important part. We're just going to make sure we get that right. But only time will tell. Decent boost here about halfway and off the line pretty quickly. Already up into 3rd place. Just about, yes, we do manage to keep it to 3rd place as it stands. I think that's a good start. We're going for the right hand section this time. The last race, all 3 laps we went left. This time we're going right to see what this one's about. And I don't know if it's faster. We're doing okay. We're in 4th place. We were just overtaken after a jump there. Yeah, but we're now down to 5th as we get overtaken by Bazooka again. I'm just not sure which way is quick and which way is not. It's kind of a bit deceiving, really. We're holding our own. We're trying to keep it together. Left-hander now, as we try and take it around the inside. And we've got new people down ahead of us now, rather than the ones we was expecting. Trying to chase them down. Banshee is now there. We're suddenly into 3rd, 4th now. We're gaining positions without seeing cars, and that can be a bit weird. We kind of just got to drive our race and see what happens, I suppose. It's always weird when they just pop out of nowhere, or you gain a load of position. Like, how did I get to this position? This wasn't where I was last time. But we're still in this. Still got a chance to win. Fingers crossed anyway. It's still lap 1. That's the important part. Now, we're chasing down Hot Wheeler and Hollowback currently, but there's a few other cars ahead of us as well. We've got one position back there into 5th place. This is a section we need to get right. Can we flip the car correctly? It's going to face the wrong way. It's going to face the wrong way. No! We've messed it up again. Facing the wrong way on landing. We've got the turn completely wrong. I was guessing which way would be the right way to turn, and yeah, I just got it massively wrong. We did gain 2 places there and get, well, actually more than 2. I think we were down quite a way when we got the switch over wrong, but we're still in this. Currently in 9th place. There's 3 cars we can see in view. There's always a chance to catch those at the very least, which will put us into 6th place. Let's see what we can do. Trying to chase these guys down. They're not slowing down for us though. They're not really trying to make our life easier. And why would they? We've gained 1 position there. Can we gain the 2nd? No, not quite. And we've been overtaken by the 1st car we ever took as well. Isn't helpful. Now, we're just going to keep going. 8th place as it stands. Onto the green. We're going to nick the position there from the truck. Gain 7th. The truck has gone past the gain. We're up to 6th now. There's still time to pull this out, I think. This is only lap 1. 2 more laps of this. We've got a chance for a win. I can't see the person in first being that far ahead. But we are near the end of the first lap. And we've got to just hold this together. 2nd lap started now. Make sure you're on the right section when the choice comes. Make sure it's green. Perfect. Right-hander does definitely seem faster. It's weird that the computer doesn't choose to go to the left. So I'm taking a leaf out of their book and going right instead. Now, we've got to keep chasing these guys. 5th place as it stands. We still need more. We need a win. That's the only way of this race stopping and progressing is we need a win. We're doing everything we can to pull that out of the bag at this point. But we're doing okay. Definitely a different race to what I was expecting, but I think we're okay. Left-hander now. Still 2 cars ahead of us that we can see. Well, in fact, we can see all 4 cars ahead of us. We're into 4th place temporarily. Back into 5th. Can we keep up with these cars? That's the question. It's always a bit weird trying to keep up with cars you're not sure of and don't know how to drive yourself. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that, to be fair. We're now into 2nd place, 3rd place as we get overtaken immediately after gaining it. Now, I don't know why we gained that, because in a game there was no cars around us, but we did, so we'll take it. Can't say no to a free position. Currently in 4th place, but we have got the the truck ahead of us. I don't know how to say that name. We've passed the truck now into 3rd. Trying to chase down Hot Wheeler and Bazooka. We've got the flip section. Again, we're backwards. We're not facing the right way, and it's going to slow us down massively. Lost a couple of positions there just because we flicked it wrong and decided to go backwards. I would suggest not doing that in any of your own races or in anything. Going backwards is not a good thing. Right, we're still chasing these guys down. We're near the end of the 2nd lap. And we've still got a shout. We're in 7th place. I think we're okay. It's just about trying to keep it together, hold a nerve, and making sure on the last lap we get that switch section perfect. Easier said than done, I know. Currently in 7th place though, the truckies are just ahead of us with Banshee. We're trying to catch those 2 at the minute. Can we hold this together? Left-hand corner. As we are coming up soon to the end of the 2nd lap. All to play for currently. I don't think they're that far ahead of us. We're up to 5th as well now. The truck is still ahead though. We should be quicker than the truck. I can't see how we're not quicker than the truck. You'd think they would be, wouldn't you really? That's the thing. Okay. Can we keep this going? We've gone past the truck. We haven't quite got Banshee though. Banshee's just ahead. We're now in 4th place. As we're going to cross the line for the start of the final lap. Just as the truck rear overtakes us. Currently 5th place as it stands. Get ready to switch across. Don't need to. We're going to head right. The truck has gone left. This could be all telling as we get a bit stuck to the barrier there and slow down quite a bit. But what can we do? Red track now on. Again, we're on the speed up bonuses. I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing alright. It's just trying to hold it together and making sure that we don't lose positions with a silly mistake. I think that's the big thing. The concern also is we need a win to progress. Podium isn't enough. And we're currently in 3rd place. 2 cars we're going to chase down, the truck and Bazooka. And the truck has so far been a bit of a formidable enemy for us. And I haven't seen hide nor hair Bazooka for quite a while other than in the standings. That's the truck though. Remember we were ahead of the truck. I'm pretty sure it said it was ahead of us and suddenly it's behind us. But we are now in 2nd place. That's pretty good. Is this the Bazooka ahead of us? It might be. We may see 1st place ahead, and if that's the case, we've got a chance of winning this on this final lap. We just need to get that big upside down section right. And we may actually have a chance here of beating our first boss. Okay, choice section, we've got to get this right. Flipped it across. And again, we're going the wrong way, but nice little turn on landing. We've lost a couple of positions though because of it. I think we did an okay turn, but we shouldn't have had to do a turn. We flipped the car the wrong way, and I think that's not good. So down in 5th, we've got to play catch up to some of these cars, especially if we're going to catch the leader. We've got Banshee to get through first, and COPO Camaro as well. There's a few cars there. Okay, can we get past them? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Not really making inroads, so holding the speed really well in the corners, but we're struggling a bit. Little bit of boost there helping, but we haven't got much of it in the tank, which is a little bit disconcerting that we haven't got much boost to the line. But all we can do is hold it together as it stands. 3rd place in the podium, 4th place now, back into 3rd as we overtake the Jetsons. Can we hold this on? We're doing really well. I'm concerned about that section that we keep getting wrong, but there's not much we can do about it now. Bazooka and COPO Camaro in the lead. 2 of them battling together ahead of us. We're going to be overtaken by the Jetsons once again. We need some boost here, but we haven't got any, and we are actually going to finish the race in 4th place. I was going to say 2nd, but no, in 4th place. And yeah, the boss races are no joke. The boss races are tricky. But let's hope we can do some blind boxes and get some good luck and get some decent cars that maybe able to win this for us. So we have 4 boxes we can open today. There was nothing in the shop that Wolverine wanted, so 4 boxes instead. Let's see what we get in these. I'm kind of hoping for duplicates just for upgrades more than anything else, but new cars would be good. And we get the COPO Camaro, which is a duplicate for us, so we can break that down into gears. So that's 1 car dismantled. Bye-bye, that one goes. And what do we got for box number 2? So hopefully, fingers crossed, something good here. And it is Formula Flashback. Again, another duplicate. That's 2 out of 2 so far. That's another one we can break down for upgrades. More gears coming our way. Okay, box number 3. Come on. Fingers crossed. Something decent. Something good. What do we got? It is Time a Taxi. Another duplicate. We've got 3 duplicates out of 3 boxes so far. This is not good luck for us at all, is it? We can break that one down for gears as well, though. Now, this is our last blind box to open. Hoping for something good, something new. And it is Winning Formula, another duplicate. That is 4 boxes, 4 duplicates. Yes, it has given us gears for upgrades, but that's ridiculous. 4 blind boxes, 4 blind duplicates. Okay, time to have a look at upgrades. So Wolverine went first, and he decided out of the 2 cars he used, he wanted to upgrade Marvin the Martian. This would give him an increased braking power and increased acceleration. So that was his choice. And we still have gears left over, so I decided to do one of the 2 cars I used. And out of the 2 I used, I kind of enjoyed using He-Man more. So eventually I decided to pick He-Man for the upgrade, which would give me an extra 2 speed and 1 braking power, which would make this thing pretty good, is my thinking. But that is it for today. We're out of time for today. 4 races, Wolverine did fantastic. 2 brilliant results, a 2nd and a 1st place. And then 2 attempts at the first boss race. We failed miserably. But we've learned a lot from the track itself, and that's the important thing. But that is it for today. We'll be back next time for more Hot Wheels Unleashed. But in the meantime, if you are enjoying this series or any content on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, ring the bell to not miss an upload. And we'll see you next time for more Hot Wheels Unleashed.